Moving to Korea is exciting, but choosing a right internet plan can be confusing. Should I go with the prepaid or the postpaid? The 3-month plan, 1-year plan, a 3-year plan?
Well, if you're a foreign resident in Korea, this video could save you a lot of money. Insider tips from a pro at Korea's #1 internet.
Hey everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Hojun from SK Broadband.
If you're a foreign resident in Korea, choosing the internet can be confusing.
I totally agree. Before we get into the internet plan, I know how stressful and confusing it is to set up the right internet in different countries. Because I serve as a Katusa working on a US military base, I saw many American friends outside the base struggle with it. And I also used to live abroad in China when I was younger. So that's exactly why I wanted to make this video as helpful and simple as possible.
I agree. When the language is different, the system is unfamiliar. Even a simple decision can feel overwhelming.
A lot of people only think about what's easiest today, but the smarter move is choosing the setup that still makes sense after a few months later.
So let's start from the beginning. How do foreigners get their phone and their internet services when they first come to Korea?
A very common pattern is this. They bring their own phone from their own country, and usually they start with a prepaid SIM card in Korea, often from an MVNO, which is a low-cost carrier, and sometimes they choose the prepaid internet as well.
That makes total sense because they usually don't know how long they're going to stay in Korea.
Right. If your stay is very short and still very uncertain, prepaid internet can be practical in some ways.
But I'm guessing there's a catch.
Right. There is. Prepaid internet is practical in some way and can feel safe at first, but there are some real downsides. First, you pay a large amount upfront. It is more expensive than the postpaid plans. Second, you do not get refunded if you cancel early. Third, moving and changing products can be difficult.
So if I choose a 6-month plan and leave Korea after 3 months, could I lose the rest of the money?
That's exactly the kind of risk that people don't think about it at the start.
So when does postpaid become the better choice?
If you expect to stay for a year or longer, postpaid is usually the smarter choice. It gives you more flexibility financially, and also you can move internet when you move to other houses. So that's why once people get settled, most people start rethinking about their home internet setups.
Okay, so why SK Broadband?
That's the essential question. Because the trust matters. SK Broadband has ranked #1 in the National Customer Satisfaction Index for 14 consecutive years. But it's not just about the trust. We also offer one of the strongest bundle discounts with the SK Telecom, and our 1-year Expat Plan has smart pricing with no age limit, unlike the other companies with 39 age limit.
Oh, so that means strong service, strong savings, and fewer barriers.
That's exactly correct.
Now let's get into the actual plan. So what if I'm staying for about a year and I don't want to lock myself up in a long contract?
Then this is the key part. We offer a discounted 1-year plan designed exclusively for expats in Korea.
That already sounds more realistic.
It is short contract and smart pricing. And compared to the standard 1-year plan, the savings can go up to 39%.
Okay, so let's show the actual numbers.
Great. For the 1-year Expat Plan, 100 meg internet plus the Wi-Fi 6 costs 24,200 won per month, which is 39% off compared to the 1-year standard plan. 500 meg internet plus the Wi-Fi 6 costs 31,900 won per month, which is 38% off. 1 gig internet plus the Wi-Fi 6 costs 38,500 won per month, which is 33% off.
That's much more attractive when people usually imagine the word 1-year contract.
A lot of people assume short contract automatically means bad pricing, but this plan is built specifically to make short-term living in Korea more reasonable.
So can we compare those 1-year expat plans to the prepaid plans?
Sure, let's start with the most straightforward comparison, the monthly fees. Generally speaking, the prepaid plan costs more than postpaid plans. The table on the screen shows the prices of Carrier A's prepaid plan. Even though it's an upfront cost, if we break this down into a monthly equivalent, you can see the effective monthly cost in this table. Now, comparing this to SK Broadband's postpaid plan for the 500 meg plus Wi-Fi plan, the 12 months prepaid option costs the same as the postpaid one. However, in all other cases, you can see that the SK Broadband postpaid plan offers a lowly monthly rate. Next, let's compare what happens if you cancel the service mid-contract. With the prepaid plans, you pay a large amount upfront, but there is no termination fee. In the case of postpaid plan, the monthly rate is lower, but a termination fee applies if you cancel early. If we look at the costs assuming an early cancellation, whether the prepaid or postpaid plan is more beneficial depends on the specific scenario. First, the table on the screen shows how the termination fee for the postpaid plan is calculated. You can see the calculation method varies depending on whether the usage period is 3 months or less or 4 months or more. Now let me give you 2 examples based on 500 meg plus the Wi-Fi plan. First, if you subscribe to Carrier A 6-month prepaid plan and cancel after 3 months, you pay 215 and 600 won as you pay the full amount upfront. Second, if you subscribe to SK Broadband's 1-year Expat Plan and cancel after 3 months, you pay 31,900 won for 3 months. And on top of that, you have termination fee which costs 92,400 won. So the total cost is 188,100 won. In this case, SK Broadband is more beneficial than Carrier A. Now, let's compare the cost after 4 months of use. If you subscribe to Carrier A 6-month prepaid plan and cancel after 4 months, you still pay 215,600 won as you paid the full amount upfront. Second, if you subscribe to SK Broadband's 1-year Expat Plan and cancel after 4 months, you pay 31,900 won for 4 months, and on top of that, you have a termination fee, which is 109,760 won, so the total cost is 237,360 won. In this case, Carrier A is more beneficial than SK Broadband.
I see. So the postpaid plan is cheaper than the prepaid plan. So when it comes to cancellation, you really have to think about the situation.
Yeah, that's correct.
But what if I know I'm staying longer? Like maybe 3 years or more?
Then the 3-year plan is definitely a better fit because it gives you the lowest monthly price.
So let's show these two.
Okay, for the 3-year plan with Wi-Fi 6, 100 meg internet plus the Wi-Fi 6 costs 19,250 won per month. And the 500 meg internet plus Wi-Fi 6 costs 27,500 won per month. And 1 gig internet plus Wi-Fi 6 costs 32,450 won per month.
So the logic is simple. If you need flexibility, the 1-year expat plan is great. And if you're staying longer and want the lowest monthly price, then 3-year plan is the best.
That's exactly the best way to think about it.
Now let's talk about bundle discounts because this is where the savings get big.
Absolutely. If you use SK Telecom mobile plan, you can get a much bigger discount if you bundle with SK Broadband Internet. So honestly, the SK Telecom and SK Broadband offers one of the biggest bundle discounts in the industry.
So the discounts apply to mobile and internet, right?
Yeah, that's right. So you can get discounts on both your home internet bill and also your mobile bill.
Can we see a real world example?
Sure. Let's say you choose 500 mega internet again. First, looking at the internet discount. With the 1-year Expat Plan, you get 2,750 won off per month. And with the 3-year contract, you get 11,000 won off per month.
That's already a big difference.
And there's mobile discount on top of that. You can see the full details in the chart on screen right now. Let's say if you have 2 mobile lines bundled with 500 meg internet, you get 7,000 won off in total, which is 3,500 won per line. If you have 3 mobile lines bundled, you get 18,000 won off in total, which is 6,000 won per line.
So the more eligible mobile lines you bundle, the bigger the savings.
Right.
So a lot of people also ask this. What if I use an MVNO, a low-cost carrier, instead of a major carrier plan? Can I still get a bundle discount?
Good question. If you use one of the eligible MVNO plans on the SKT networks shown on screen, then you can still get a bundle discount. But there's one important difference. In that case, you only get the discount for your internet bill, and you do not get the same kind of discount for the mobile line itself.
So the MVNO can help, but the full bundle is stronger with the SK Telecom Mobile.
You're correct.
Then how should people think about the MVNO versus the MNO?
Really, the choice is up to you. But in reality, like most foreigners, they start with MVNO when they first arrive. But as the time goes by, they later switch to MNO mobile plans.
Why does that happen?
Usually there's like 2 reasons. Like some want better speeds on YouTube, Netflix, and second, others want an easier path to upgrade their phones. To upgrade to the newest phone.
Yeah.
And since SK Telecom Mobile can also be bundled with SK Broadband Internet, switching to an MNO plan can make even more sense in the long term. Because your mobile bill can also get a discount as well.
Okay, so another big question, installation. A lot of people work during the day, some just moved in, and we need the internet immediately.
That's why this part matters. SK Broadband offers flexible installation, including night and weekend.
Okay, so what are the hours?
During weekdays, it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturday, it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sunday, it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you apply before 3 p.m., you can get the same day installation as well.
That's actually huge for someone who just got the apartment key and need the internet as soon as possible. And honestly, for foreigners, the biggest barrier is language.
And that's why English support is important. There is an English-speaking consultation process, so you don't have to struggle with the Google Translate.
That alone will make a lot of people more comfortable.
Definitely. The sign-up process is very simple. First, you request a consultation through the link in the description or in the pinned comments. And you talk with an English-speaking agent and choose your plan, like 1-year Expat Plan or a 3-year plan. And you schedule your installation, and a technician will visit and set up your internet.
Fast, simple, reliable. Okay, so let's do a quick FAQ round.
Sure, let's go.
What documents do I need to sign up?
You need one of the following documents. You can either choose from an alien registration card, which is also called ARC, and also a certificate of domestic residence, or a diplomatic ID card, or a USFK ID card. By the way, if you're staying in Korea for more than 90 days, ARC has to be done within the 90 days of entry.
So do I need to buy a Wi-Fi router separately?
No. A Giga Wi-Fi router is included in all of our plans.
Okay, nice. Well, what's the difference between the Wi-Fi 6 and the Wi-Fi 7?
The Wi-Fi 7 supports theoretically up to 2 times faster speeds under ideal condition and stronger stability compared to Wi-Fi 6. It also has more compact design, but you have to pay additional 1,100 won per month.
I'm definitely getting Wi-Fi 7.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Is there a data limit?
No. All of our SK broadband internet plans are unlimited with no data cap.
Any hidden fees?
No hidden fees. You only need to pay your monthly service fee, and also there's a one-time installation fee.
Okay, so how can I pay the monthly bill?
Well, this is kind of obvious, but payment is very easy and automatic. You can either choose from automatic bank transfer, but from a Korean bank account, and also you can use automatic credit card payment.
So if I leave Korea, how do I cancel?
You just need to let us know at least 2 weeks before you leave. That's because we need to schedule the pickup of the internet equipment in advance. And early termination fee may apply depending on your internet contract and your usage period. So you can check the termination fee on the screen.
So let me sum this up. A lot of foreigners come to Korea and start with a prepaid mobile and sometimes the prepaid internet too. That can make sense at first, but if you're staying longer, prepaid home internet can be more expensive, less flexible, and riskier if the plans change. So if you want flexibility, the 1-year expat plan is a really smart option. If you know you'll stay longer, the 3-year plan gives you the lowest monthly price. And if you use SK Telecom Mobile, bundling can save you even more.
Oh, that's a very good key takeaway.
So if you're a foreign resident in Korea and you're trying to figure out the smartest internet option, I hope this helped.
And if you want details in English, check the link in the description or in the pinned comment.
Thanks for watching.
See you in the next one.
Bye!